Welcome to Ghosted by the Machine, where job seekers get the mic, not the bots. 5 questions, 5 minutes, real talk from the front lines of hiring. I'm your host, Mark Lane. Let's get into it. Today, we have a very special guest. I'm talking with someone who truly understands that human side of the process. Bill Wednieski, I hope I got that right, managing director at the Headhunters, who has built a reputation on something rare in today's market: meaningful and lasting matches. Bill doesn't just fill roles, he listens, he uncovers what companies really need, even the things they don't put in the job description, and he helps candidates step into opportunities that change their lives. 5 questions, 5 minutes, no bots, just real talk. Okay, let's get into it. Welcome to the show, Bill.
Thank you very much for having me.
Really appreciate it. You're known for identifying the needs companies don't always express directly. How do you uncover those unsurfaced needs when you're working with a client?
So the first thing is that the hiring manager or the owner of the company or the executive needs to give you their time. And so we don't take on searches. If the hiring manager won't do an intake call with us where they explain the job and what's really going on, then almost always we will walk away from the search. I shouldn't say never. I mean, sometimes it's a search that we just absolutely know what it is that we're looking for. But the first question, first, second, third, I always work it in there of like, Mark, tell me what's really going on. And so whether we're going up, we're going down. Recently, I had a, a search that we're working on where the candidate died. That's actually the second one that we've had. And so those are toughies when it's a really well-liked, unexpected search. But if I don't know that and I can't prepare a candidate for the role and what they're going to be talking about, then I haven't.
So, what separates a candidate who looks good on paper from one you know will be a long term match for a company out there?
Candidly, you know it really quickly in the first couple minutes on what kind of communicator they are, if they're excited, if they're making eye contact, they just stand out. If you can tell pretty quickly that they were stretching and really can't do the job, instant turn off. Distractions, like I had a CEO that was telling me, not my candidate, but he was interviewing a guy that was wearing eyeglasses and he could see the glow of the guy's phone. Like the guy was texting while he was talking to him and he could see the little phone off of his
Oh
eyes.
my
Don't
gosh.
do that.
No, no, no. So, ghosting is happening on both sides of hiring today. From your perspective, why is ghosting so common and how can we start fixing it?
One, I mean, it's not a great excuse, but people are really busy. And so there's a lot of times where candidates apply to jobs that they have no business applying to. They're not qualified. Recently heard about a candidate that applied to 600 roles. So the idea of saying there was 600 roles that I'm directly qualified for, not a chance. So sometimes the candidate is simply wasting the hiring manager's time. And then for us personally at the Headhunters, we try to get back to every single candidate. And if you don't have the experience, it's a short message, but it's like, thank you for applying. I'll often say we were looking for somebody with deeper skills in manufacturing or Oracle or large computer systems, heavy volume transactions, whatever it is, and not so much advertising and marketing experience or whatever it is that didn't translate. Or I'll just tell you, when candidates are applying, sorry to give such a long answer, but when they apply through like a LinkedIn or another job board and it's saying, there's over 100 applicants, that's another reason why they don't get back to everybody. And one of the reasons why I send kind of a canned message is I can't get back to everybody, but I'll try to tell you the volume was so heavy that like outstanding spot on people applied. There were no stretch candidates that were talked to about this opportunity.
So, recruiting has changed dramatically with tech and automation, AI, ATS. Now, how has it shifted the way you find and evaluate talent for your clients?
So I can do a lot more messaging. I have automated things like following up with candidates if it's been 3 days. Like I get it. If you didn't reply to me the first time, I may reach out to you through text or email, a second time just to be like, hey, maybe you missed this thing, but I'm really looking for someone with a skill set like you. So AI helps me do more of that faster and keep my arms around things, keep me organized. But as far as like identifying talent, there's no other way than like the dialogue that you and I are having right now, or that I candidate to discern whether somebody can perform a role or not, or is an attractive candidate. And it goes both ways. The candidate has to want the job and has to be sold the job. And the company has to like the candidate. And you can't do that through a video interview or a bot
Right.
yet.
Yet. And finally, for job seekers who feel discouraged or overlooked, and this is a loaded question, what's one thing they can do to stand out and one thing they should stop doing immediately?
So, first off, anybody that's unemployed, I feel really bad for you. That sucks, especially with Thanksgiving and Christmas on the calendar here really soon. So, the one thing you should absolutely stop doing is applying to 600 roles and hoping to get lucky on one of them. It's like, I get it why the candidate does it because it's something that they can actually do and be like, this is what I did. But the quality of all those at bats that the candidate gets, like, look at the company. Who do I know? Who do I know that knows somebody at that company? And do I make a good fit? So, honest to God, like the best candidates will get to me through some back channel and they'll be like, hey, you really need to talk to this Mark guy or Susie. I'll vouch for him. I worked with him at this place, or we played high school football together, whatever it is. I wind up talking to people through back channels, not always. And sometimes and I'm always really candid with the person that reaches out to me. And I'll say, just so you know, this is what the situation is at that company. And this is the problem that we're trying to solve for. And if so-and-so doesn't have that quality, it's an automatic reject. So no hard feelings. I'm telling you right now. And I'll say, well, I don't know. I'll ask Mark. And, if Mark has it, he'll reach out to you.
I believe human contact is important, and your friends and family members helping you to find a job is amazing. And I think that's a lot of people are starting to lean on that now. Is that what you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to network and you got to get people in your corner, like that are cheerleading for you, that are thinking for you. And if the people that you think are trying to help you aren't really helping you, don't keep investing time and ask them to do something they didn't do the first time.
Right. Well, thank you, Bill, for joining us today. Someone who reminds us that recruiting isn't just about resumes and job requirements, it's about people, culture, and listening for what's not said. If you took something away from this conversation, share it with someone who's in the job hunt right now, because no one should have to go through this alone. And if you want to stay up to date with the conversations we're having, the real stories, the real insights, and the real people behind today's broken hiring system, please follow and subscribe to our social channels. We're building a movement here, one honest conversation at a time. This is Ghosted by the Machine. Let's make hiring human again. Thanks again for joining us, Bill.
Hey, thank you for having us. And I appreciate what it is that you're doing. And so do all the people out there that are watching, Mark.